You know, in Wayne's World, where Wayne leaves Garth, and Garth has to do the show on his own. I'm going up to Heart of the Tribe on my own. I haven't got my BigSmokin'Joe with me. Wish me luck. We are at Heart of the Tribe with John Minshull. Hi John.
Hi Dan.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're looking around the exhibition at the moment, which is basically a solo exhibition that I've put on about my latest work and some older work as well.
And you filmed the whole tribe?
Yeah, every room. Yeah.
Every room. It looks great. I'm really looking forward to walking around with you, having a look at the pieces. Great. Okay, so we're going to start with this beauty, this masterpiece. John, I just want to say, like, if it's there's next level and you're like levels above next level, like, so it's a real honor to be like chatting to you, mate. Like, I've seen your work in town for years. Really loved it. It's great to meet you and such a body of work to look at. So what's the title of this piece?
This one's called Quest, and it's basically my latest work. What I'm trying to do is use sort of archetypes of human experience to try and express things that will uplift and inspire people, and for people to see the beauty in the universe and basically send a positive message. A lot of the images in my paintings do have meaning, and I could kind of call my work symbolist work, and that really implies that a lot of things like have a meaning and there is a kind of a story in there. So basically with this one, the idea of quest is that this is Quetzalcoatl, who is one of the Mayan gods, but he was also a 10th century priest king, and he set out on a quest in Mexico, and he was really all about learning and science and the arts and architecture, astronomy, and he really sort of he encapsulates the whole idea of quest, of evolution, of improving the human condition. But here he's represented with the shell, which is a power shell from the Pacific, which is basically contains the Fibonacci spiral, which represents the golden section, which is one of the keys to understanding sacred geometry and science. And then on his other arm, his right arm, he has the vision serpent, which is basically his contact with more transcendental or intuitive realms. So he uses those two aspects, basically science and intuition, to quest forward.
Hello, this is you?
This is me, yes.
Damn, John, you look like you wrestle bears. And this is Kim.
Yeah, that was Kim.
Damn, Kim, look at the size of these legs.
I know.
Goodness me.
These in this one, Kim represents the three muses. So basically the inspiration for the arts, which artists have traditionally called on. And for years I kind of thought, well, I don't know if I really agree with that. It's just about, an artist putting in the effort. But now I'm 100% behind the idea of the inspiration of the muses and this idea of connecting to another level to really access creativity.
Yeah. So this one, Quest, is part of well, it's not a triptych. Is it a triptych? What would you call it? Or it's just a series?
Yeah, a series of three. So
okay.
Basically, the idea is to take different aspects of the human condition. The first one here being quest, which is ultimately the pursuit of self-knowledge, self-understanding. And then the second and third ones are about...
Which is this one here?
This one's Kali, who is the destroyer of the ego. So the idea is that everything that's involved in the physical world and the quest is seen to be illusory, and the ego is seen to be something which needs to be, dealt with. And Kali represents that in a very compassionate way. But after that, after the death of the ego, you get the apotheosis, which is basically the transformation, the high raising of consciousness so that man becomes divine. And this is Isis and Osiris who is representing that, because Osiris is linked to the higher consciousness enlightenment in Egyptian mythology.
And I think there is more information on your website as well on these pieces and all the pieces.
And on the Heart of the Tribe website as well.
Yeah. What is your website?
My website is www.jonathanminchull.com.
Easy, nice and easy. We're going to go into the Echo box. I'm going to start on this one, John. For some reason, I mean, it's, you know, because it's beautiful, it's amazing. But this is my favourite one. This one caught my eye over all these amazing, like deep mythical pieces, sacred geometry, all these things that really interest me. There's something really, I don't know, and maybe it's because it's slightly different, because it's not the sacred geometry so much, or the mythology. It's such a traditional painting of someone I know as well, looking awesome like she does. I love the blues, I love the reds. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this is the kind of the first painting I actually did of Minshull, who's models for me a lot in some of the other paintings. And she was 15 when this was painted, so this is about 10 years old. But the reason I wanted to include it is that it was the start of really looking at portraiture in a very kind of detailed way. And I deliberately wanted to try and recreate the kind of sort of formal society portraits from the 1920s and 1930s, and people like John Singer Sargent and Anders Zorn that used to do those three-quarter life-size portraits. And I was deliberately trying to sort of evoke that era with the drapery and the dress. But the interesting thing for me was that Minshull was mixed race, and obviously back then it would have been a very different world that we live in.
Yes.
So it's kind of making a political statement in the sense that I'm putting this new age girl, if you like, into a traditional context.
No, as I said, mate, it really stood off the wall when I came in yesterday.
I don't know if you've noticed, if you scan around it, she's looking at you wherever you stand, if you go from one side to the other. If you see her eyes.
Oh my lord, she is clever. Wow. And this one, Kim's Dave, what Kim was saying, is this is his favourite. We wonder why, Dave, why is it your favourite? Apparently, this is the one he would hang above the bed.
Well, that's very nice. I mean, this is kind of another one like the picture of Minshull in the formal pose, where what I was trying to do is create a sort of a traditional painting, but put it in a modern sort of interpretation. So if you think of paintings like Velázquez's Toilet of Venus, and you know the Titian and Tintoretto paintings, where you have a reclining nude with a back view like that, that's kind of the composition, but then there's lots of other little associations with this one now, which takes it into a slightly different realm. There's a lot of symbolism, and I don't know if you can pick it out, but there's actually like a wooded hill.
I did notice. Suddenly she is not in a building.
That's right.
She is outside.
So it's the idea of lucid dreaming and the fact that consciousness can take you in lots of different places, and really just sort of creating something that looks traditional but has another story underneath.
And I just want to say this is what makes you next level. And it's something.
It's complicated.
It's something that is. I don't have the patience.
I know.
You
do have to be patient.
To go in on the bloody drapes.
I know.
You know.
But that was part of the reason I wanted to do it. I wanted to test, like push myself wherever as far as I could.
Yeah.
So I had this. I'd actually bought this drape in Costa Rica, and I had it on my bedspread for many years. And I always thought how lovely it would be to paint it. And then when I started painting it, I thought, what a ridiculous idea that was. But I just pursued it and kept going.
And here we are, acknowledging.
That's right.
That kind of testament to hurdle, like jumping those hurdles. That's like right. Setting the bar and achieving it.
Level, and I still feel I've got higher levels to get to. So
great, man.
I'm not complacent.
Well, as is that's true artists, really, from what I've seen. Like all the really embodied artists that I look up to, they're not finished.
No,
they're never finished. And this is your son.
That's right. Yeah, this is Luke, my son, who is he's an amazing person, and he's basically here pictured against the roots of a tree, which were roots we used to play on when he was a kid. And behind that is a city burning. It's taken from the riots of a few years ago, when we had a lot of upset and turmoil in the cities.
Yes.
And Luke was partly involved in that. He's very empathic, and he really believes in justice, and so he was very involved in that whole thing. And this is a kind of a look at him looking back and sort of the troubles he's been through, and then looking forward to a sort of a more optimistic future based on the sort of the root structure of his childhood.
That's brilliant. Like I did kind of wonder what the background was. There was.
People think it's an autumn scene with like autumn.
Yeah, no, I know a riot.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a riot plate glass.
Yeah.
But I last night couldn't place the mix between the background juxtaposed with a very calm,
That's
almost
right.
like woodland scene.
In fact, Luke said to me something which was quite interesting, is that he actually went to quite a few riots, and not that he actually did any damage, but he just loved the sense of that complete anarchy. And he said in that moment of anarchy, he just felt completely at peace because there were no rules anymore. And he just used to sit in the middle of it and just
watch the world burn. Yeah.
But it really was a source of finding a kind of peace for him.
And talking of peace, just noticed this lovely little heart.
That's a little sort of touch towards him as my son, because I love him.
LP of the week. Boo-hoo, it's Radiohead. This is one of the greatest albums ever, according to a lot of people that actually make music, not just listen to it like me. I think it captures the mood of the 90s. It's extremely well produced, it's extremely poetic, and it plays on emotions that are more and more kind of, suppressed. So I think that's one of the reasons why it's heralded. It's got Paranoid Android, for example, which right now is, I don't think they realise how fitting it would be, because everyone's paranoid and most people are androids. So, they're just ahead of their time. Karma Police was one of my favourites as growing up. And I'm just going to say no surprises as well. Damn, like some of the music videos, production, just a gem. You know what I'm saying.
Hey, jungling guy. Oh, mate, I got the tiny little jungle slung up the bar this morning. This is Hare Krishna, it's a bad boy. Wave those hands, stupid! Reach! Get in the camera shot! That's his sound! Alright, cool.
See what can happen when sound effects go amiss. Sound effects. Go amiss.
Ready on the left. You're ready on the right. Ready on the left. You're ready on the right.
See what can happen.
Ready on the left. You're ready on the right. Ready on the left.
See what can happen when sound effects.
Ready on the left. Ready on the right. Ready on the left. Ready on the left. You're ready on the right. Ready on the left. Ready on the firing on.
Sound effects. See what can happen.
That's got I got no control over it, man. I try to kick it. Shit, they calling me, man. They calling me, man. That's got I got no control over it, man. I try to kick, man. Shit, they calling me, man. They calling me, man.